you've prepared your answers to the usual questions: safeguarding, behaviour, why you want the job, and then bam, the panel hits you with, what's something you'd like to learn in this role? Or describe a book you'd use with a small group and why. Suddenly, it's not about what you know, it's about what you think. These are the curveball questions, unexpected, open ended, and quietly revealing. But if you know what they're really looking for, they can be your moment to shine. In this video, we're diving into 4 tricky but relatively common TA interview questions that feel like curveballs, but actually offer a brilliant opportunity to show what kind of TA you'll be. We'll unpack why the questions are being asked, what the interviewers are really listening for, and how to shape your answer into something smart, thoughtful, and completely you. Let's get into it. So, the first question is, describe a book you'd use with a small group and why. So, why do they ask this question? It's not just about the book, it's about your insight, how you match resources to needs, how you scaffold learning, and how much thought you put into the why behind your choices. So, what are they looking for? Well, they're looking for or listening for, can you spot what learners need from a book? Do you think about themes, vocabulary, questions, or engagement level? And are you just naming a book or showing how you'd use it? And here's a model answer. I'd choose the owl who was afraid of the dark for a lower key stage 2 group. So they're matching the book to the correct age and stage. It's beautifully written, but also explores themes like courage and change in a way that children can relate to. I'd use it to spark group discussion, but also to model inference skills, like how we know how Plop is feeling even when it's not directly said. It's also great for sequencing, character voice, and paired reading. So this person knows the book well and they know how to match it to the age and stage of the children that they're reading it to and the curriculum. How to make it your own. So choose a book you know well, link it to a purpose, so phonics, inference, confidence, etc. So, but something that is appropriate for the curriculum that the children of that year group will be accessing, and mention how you deliver the session. Would you use small discussion prompts, visual aids, or turn taking? I always advise to use visual aids. Books are great, so don't do what the woman in the slide is doing. She's got the wrong type of book for a start, and she's only actually looking at the book herself. So with children that young, and with all children, you want pictures. That's why books are great for interview activities. Always use visual aids. Question 2. What would you want your first week in post to look like? So why they ask this question? This reveals your initiative, your awareness of school life, and whether you're the kind of person who waits to be told or gently gets going. And what the interview panel are listening for is, do you notice what's already happening in the classroom? So how observant are you? Are you looking to build relationships or just tick tasks? So, during your interactions, are you building relationships with the children or are you just getting things done? Can you balance confidence with listening? So, yes, you want to show that you're proactive, but you also want to show that you listen to the children. And a model answer could be, in my first week, I'd focus on observing the class routines, learning names, and building positive relationships with the children and staff. So that's very realistic for the first week. I'd ask questions where appropriate and look for small ways to be helping, like preparing resources, supporting transitions, or encouraging a child who's reluctant to join in. So, not being too ambitious here, getting to know the routines, getting to know the children. I'd also like to pick up any key information about students I might be supporting so I can tailor my help early on. So that's excellent as well. Just finding out about the children that this TA might be helping in the future. Now, how to make this sort of answer to this question your own. Mention routines or roles you'd expect to see so that the panel know that you know what it is to be a TA. Add a short example from past experience if that's relevant. So if you've been a TA before, do that. And keep it warm, curious, and realistic. And what they mean by curious is that you'll be willing to ask questions and find out about things. Don't be afraid to ask questions in your first week. Question 3. Why should we choose you and not one of the other applicants? Why they ask this? It's not about being better, it's about knowing what you bring. They want to see if you can articulate your value without ego. So, what they're listening for: do you know your own strengths? Can you speak with clarity, not just confidence? Do you understand the needs of the role? And a model answer could be something like, I can't speak for other applicants, but I know I bring calm consistency, a strong understanding of how to build rapport with children, and a willingness to learn and adapt quickly. So this person knows their abilities as a TA. I genuinely enjoy supporting children to feel confident, especially those who might struggle with self belief. So that's another layer of this person's ability as a teaching assistant. And I'd love to contribute to a team that values kindness, flexibility, and shared responsibility. How to make the answer to this question your own. Use your words. Don't try to sound like a brochure. So that's what I mean about sometimes, especially in YouTube videos, you get these very stock standard answers. Don't try and follow that. Make your answer your own so it feels right when you're speaking in an interview. Be honest about what you know you're good at and avoid comparisons. Speak only about what you offer. Yes, so don't try and put anybody else down. Just speak about what you know and what you can bring to the table. And question 4, what's something you'd like to learn in this role? And why do they ask this? To check if you've got a growth mindset and whether you've got the humility to keep learning. So you're not somebody that thinks you know it all. What they're listening for, should I say. Are you self-aware? So how well do you know yourself? Do you understand the scope of the role? Have you read the job description? Are you curious, open, and reflective? So are you going to improve as time goes by because you reflect on your own experiences? And a model answer to this question could be, I'd love to learn more about how to adapt activities for children with specific needs. So you're showing that you want to learn more and you know exactly what you want to learn more about. I've had some experience with differentiation, but I know there's always more to learn, especially from teachers and TAs who supported a wide range of children. So that also shows that you're aware of your colleagues, you're a team player, you want to learn from them. I'd also be interested in developing my understanding of emotional regulation strategies so I can support children during challenging moments more effectively. So you know what you already know, and now you know what it is you want to move on to so that you can be even more effective in your role. Now, how do you make this answer your own? Choose one or two things that interest you, and I would make sure that they are relevant to the school that you're going to work at, or you're interviewing at. So look on their website for more information. Phrase it as growth, not a gap. Yes, I don't make it out to be a weakness. I don't know about this. I don't know about that. I would like to know more about such and such. And show you're proactive about your learning, definitely. And that's, learning from other colleagues, by doing a mini course, going on a course if the school's got the budget, that kind of thing. So these curveball questions aren't there to trip you up. They're there to give you a chance to show something deeper: how you think, how you plan, and how you care. You don't need perfect answers. You just need honest ones, built around real insight, a bit of preparation, and your own steady sense of self. And that's why it's really important that you answer the questions honestly and only say things that are actually true. Because if you give a stock answer that sounds great and then they ask you questions about that, well, how would you differentiate? You say you know a little bit about differentiate. What do you know so far? You've got to be honest and only say the things that are actually true that you can elaborate on if you're asked. Now, if this video has helped you feel more prepared, give it a like, please. And let me know in the comments which of these questions you faced at interview, or if there's another curveball you'd like help with. And do subscribe to my channel for more real, reassuring TA advice that gives you the answers to your TA questions. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video.